Welcome back. This is a special edition of AM Ocala Live, mostly because I'm just, pushing buttons and seeing what happens. Yeah, throws against the wall. Mm-hmm. I'm special. So, I have in the house with me right now Brad Broersma from Ocala Aviation. Now, at any minute now, Mark from down at Dr. Juan Jordan's office, Next Generation MD, may call in, and we're hoping he does because I want to chat with him a little bit about the platelet-rich plasma, PRP. It's basically the alternative to surgery for those with tennis elbows, bad backs, bad knees, anything that's bad. They use your own blood, and they extract something in there, put something else in there.
Yeah, I think he needs to call and explain it because you're just not doing it well.
Doing a great job. You pull some blood out, you put some stuff in it. I think it's cayenne pepper, and they stick it back in.
It sounds about right, yeah.
So,
yep.
No problems.
So people are going to be calling him asking for the cayenne pepper procedure?
Yeah, cayenne pepper with a little bit of
blood,
turmeric, and throw a little cinnamon in there.
You're just throwing whatever you can.
Any spices I've got in the fridge, in the
fridge.
I guess you could keep spice in the fridge.
I guess you could.
Is that like baking soda? You put it in the fridge, helps eliminate odors. What if you just leave an open container of cinnamon in the fridge? Would that work?
I do not know. I am sorry. I don't know.
I need you here, Brad. What are you doing, man?
That's not something I have ever thought about.
What's going on? You're like out somewhere else. I need to know if cinnamon works in the fridge.
Yes, you can. Okay, so if you know.
Is that a Carol Ann question for Tuesday? I mean, that's in the garden, and cinnamon comes from the garden.
In the garden?
It's a spice, right? What is cinnamon? It's a spice. You grow a spice, don't you?
Okay.
So, therefore, it's a Carol Ann question.
You just run with that, because you just said it was for fixing bad body parts. So
I don't know what it's for.
I'm not really sure what you're on now.
Point being, Dr. Juan Jordan's office down there in the Villages. Go see them. Give them a call if you've got any questions. And their number, 633-0473, down in the Villages. And technically, I think it's called Lady Lake because they're like the right side is the Villages on 441, and then right across the street where the Golden Corral and stuff is actually called Lady Lake. It's like divided up, kind of weird.
Okay. It's down that way, down yonder.
Way down yonder.
No, he's not calling in, so.
Okay, you can see that behind me, right?
No, your head is in the way.
My head's in the way?
Yeah.
All right, well, it'll light up if he calls in.
Okay.
So, Mark, if you're listening, don't forget you got to call in.
Oh, there's a call.
No, that's the wrong phone. That's not even the phone that's in here. How are you hearing that? All right, we got to shut the door. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about some schools. We've got two schools I want to talk about. First one that we were just noticing, the school going to the inauguration.
Yeah, actually, that was one I thought was really interesting. It's Talladega. I don't know if it's university or college. I just lost the top page. Talladega College. They O'Reilly had them on, and they were trying to raise money to go to the inauguration. As a historically black university, it's the oldest. It was actually started by ex-slaves. They had built the buildings, and they created the whole thing, and they were getting a lot of negativity because they were wanting to go. So they went on there and they needed to raise, I believe it was $75,000 for the cost of the bus and all their expenses. And they ended up raising $620,000 from people that were watching the show.
Wow.
On the GoFundMe account. It's just amazing to show that.
Whose show is this?
It was Bill O'Reilly. He had talked to
Bill,
them.
we need you to call in the station. We're going to be a special guest. WOCA wants to go too.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. But they had just said that they set up, he helped them set up an account for the $75,000 and it raised $620,000. So it just shows the support that people are supporting them. And like I said, the president of the university, he got a lot of slack, and he said, look, it's not about Democrat or Republican. It's about supporting the democracy and letting these kids get out there and be seen. And I think that's just so amazing and so impressive. And they've stuck by their morals, and they're going to go. And I think that's great. And I think they're going to be a shining example for people out there.
That is great, yeah.
And I like the fact that people supported them. They got a lot of slack, but then obviously people care about them if they raise that kind of money.
Why did it say why specifically they were getting slack?
They were turning
just because it's an all-black college.
Yeah, they were turning against their kind. There was a lot. There's quite a few articles on it. The one I wanted to just focus on was the more positive that they actually were leaving. It was like 15 hours ago. They put out a thing that they were getting on the bus to go, and I just think that's awesome. So
that is awesome.
Yeah, you can read it, and like I said, I don't want to be the one that spreads the negativity of what they were getting, but it was, and I think that's ridiculous. They want to do something to better their students and to better our country. Let them do it.
So what are you going to do with the rest of the money? What are they going to do with the rest of the money? Did they say?
No.
You're just going to get nicer buses?
Yeah, maybe nicer buses, or maybe where they can make it, the other kids can go, where they can do other things,
stay at the Ritz Royal
Yeah,
Hotel.
Whenever you do a GoFundMe, I don't know what you do with the extra money. I have no idea.
Guess you get RVs then. You stay in the RVs.
Well, they were getting on a bus still, so I'm sure they can use it for the school for whatever else they need.
Just extra for the school.
You know, I'm thinking that people are supporting them to go, and they saw it was going over 75, and they kept giving. They know it's going to the school for whatever the school needs.
That's pretty
That's
good.
what I would assume.
All right, we're going to transition just a little bit, talking about schools. Let's talk about another school.
Let's talk about my school.
Let's talk about your school.
Yes, and it's actually a fairly easy transition because that was a school. We're not going to the inauguration because, you know, we're actually just a flight school.
Well, we could fly up there, but you saw the report where the congestion is going to be absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it would not be something that we would actually want our students doing.
Oh, sure. A bunch of 152s and 172s flying around.
Yeah, absolutely.
No threat at all.
But, you know, we do have, we've come on the show. Actually, I think I was just on a few days ago. We were talking about with the veterans, we do have the approval through the VA to be able to train people have the benefits through the VA, which is an excellent program because they help them. You know, people want to move on, they want to have new careers, or they want to continue their career, and they can go on and get the benefits to be able to flight train. There's a lot of details that go into that, but you know, we're there to help them. I've had more people doing it because there is such a need for pilots right now. It's a great career for them to get into.
Well, we talked about the VA a little bit while they were on, so let's explore the VA and let's explore Liberty, and let's explore the options that are for flight training, because there are a lot more than there used to be. It used to be just you had to come in and start yourself, but now there's help. Yeah,
and the one you talk about with Liberty, Liberty is and they're let me try this again. They're in Virginia, but they actually do have online courses, and you can actually get a Bachelor of Aeronautics through online courses. And what they've done is they've hooked up with the VA to where they can get their benefits to help pay for college and their flight training. And so, you know, you can actually get out there in roughly 2.5 to 3 years. You can get a bachelor's degree and a commercial pilot's license. What does that do for you? Well, the commercial pilot's license means that you can get paid to fly. So now, all of a sudden, you can have a new career where you can fly, and that bachelor's degree actually helps. It makes you more desirable with promotions and everything. It helps out a lot.
Now, we're not saying just flying for Delta or US Air things. There are a lot of jobs flying for UPS, FedEx, charters, Life South.
Puddle jumpers, as I call them, if you want to live down the islands. I mean, it is endless, really, what you can do with that license. You know, you've got people that they don't want to do it. They want to be missionary pilots. That's great. You know, missionary, Delta, regional, corporate, all of that is out there for you. The huge deficit right now is the airlines. You know, they project they're going to be down about 200,000 pilots by 2020. That's coming up fast.
Well, with population increasing, more planes are going to be in the air. We don't have enough people to fly them.
Exactly. Well, a lot of people are retiring.
Yeah.
And so it's a great career to get into. And if you already have college, you don't have to go and enroll in a full bachelor's program through Liberty University. You have a certain amount that you have to credits that you have to get through with them, but they will help you through that. They explain it to you, and especially with the VA, they have got representatives specifically that know how to deal with that. You go on and they do it step by step to help you get through that process. You're not alone to do it.
Well, if you already have some college credits, will those transfer to the simple maths and sciences and stuff, I guess?
Yes, they do. They do transfer over.
Obviously, you can't transfer your labs, but if you already have your pilot's license and you're wanting to continue with your commercial, your when we say multi, it's multiple engines. When you say commercial, obviously you get paid for it. And instrument is flying by instrument. So you have to have all of these little ratings that add up to be able to fly to get paid. But if you already have, say, your generic pilot's license, does that give you a little more jump up for the qualifications on the school part?
Well, the way that the school works is they will give you credit hours based on if you have already flight training. If you have a license already, if you have a private pilot's license, you will get credit hours for that pilot's license. And so you actually can use that. You can use your previous schooling. There's definite benefits out there that you can use for that, which is always a positive. So the possibilities are out there. It's getting the word out. And the nice thing is, too, is, you know, we're talking to veterans, but also this goes for anybody. If you are a high school senior and you want to do that, if you are, it doesn't matter what age you are, if you're VA or not, Liberty can help you get a bachelor's degree and help you do flight training.
All right, we're going to take a little break, a little weather, a couple of sponsors, and we'll be right back, and we'll talk more about the possibilities of becoming a commercial pilot. We are sitting in with Brad Broersma from Ocala Aviation Flight School. He's my co-host for this morning, and we're talking about the flight school and the opportunities you might have to make a new career, make a change, or advance your current one. All right, so we'll be right back.
The weather is is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Areas of fog this morning, otherwise partly sunny today, warm with highs of 81 to 84. Partly cloudy and mild tonight, lows between 57 and 60. Tomorrow and Saturday will be partly sunny, still warm, highs between 81 and 85 both days. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Heather Zayer.
What you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Doctors are trying to find new ways to treat patients for pain without the risk of addiction or overdose, and virtual reality is the new painkiller. Would you believe a simple breathing exercise could help your kids and grandkids be more successful as adults? This is the promise of something known as, quote, mindful meditation, which any of us can try. Did you know you can catch more from a close friend or a family member than a cold? We now know you can also catch a divorce.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Don't get caught without your daily source of senior deals. Pick up your copy of the Senior Voice newspaper. It's your source for schedule and events tailored to seniors, with information you need, like a list of free events in the area. We even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company to you that fits your needs. And all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about them. For more information, call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223. And pick up your copy of the Senior's Voice at most any business up and down the 200 corridor.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
A young woman contemplating having an abortion is told by society that whether she has her baby or not, it is her choice. The House of One in Faith in Ocala wants to give that young woman a place to live in comfort during her trying time, to help her know that God's love is abundant and that He is not ashamed of her in any way. The House of One in Faith is free and confidential. For more information, call 352-687-8895.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Gene and Debbie would like to thank you for another successful year of business. We want to wish everybody a safe, healthy, and prosperous 2017. We are ready to be of service with our pasture mowing. 352-629-2440. Locally owned and operated, experienced and reliable, commercial and residential, licensed and insured. Powell Gene, Gene at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. 352-629-2440. Proud United States veteran.
When you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, you won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Hey, this is Dan. Let me ask you a few questions. Does your boat look better with the cover on? Has your car's interior seen its better days? Stop using a towel to cover up those rips in the golf cart. Isn't it about time you had it restored to better than new with a custom upholstery from Captain T? Captain T's Upholstery has been right here in Ocala for nearly 20 years, so they know how to make your ride one of a kind. Whether you want to take that classic ride back to a factory look or put your favorite sports team front and center, Captain T's Upholstery is who to call. 352-369-1810. That's 352-369-1810. Or stop by their location, 5030 South Pine Avenue in Ocala, just past the drive-in. And of course, don't forget to visit them on the web, CaptainTUpholstery.com.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
All right, welcome back. This is AM Ocala Live, special edition of Larry and Robin are out, so I'm going to play while the cat's away. And please forward all complaints to Larry at WOCA.com. This is Dan Martone. I am joined here in a moment by Brad Broersma. Brad is actually taking a phone call right now, so he is out of the studio. So if you have any questions, you can try to call in, and I'll see if I can answer them. We're talking today about flights, flight training, flight careers, flight schools, so aviation in general, and how you can take advantage of the new programs that are out there. So if you or someone you know would like to switch careers or start a new one, or you have a child that is just getting out of high school and they kind of know, the direction they want to go, they can actually focus on a career in aviation, and there are funds now available where they weren't so available before. So there are a few different routes. The first one is if you're a veteran, you need to go in and talk to Brad, because there are benefits that you may have available to you to get training for just the pilot's license, career. You can get your private, your commercial. Again, we talked about commercial, the commercial being you get paid. So that's kind of the point in that whole process. You can also go to the college, which is Liberty University, and get an actual bachelor's degree, so a 4-year degree in less than 4 years, which is a big plus because you can do online courses, and some of those courses can be done faster than a normal regular school environment. And then you can get your commercial license and go to work.
There you go.
Brad's back with me now.
I am back. I'm sorry. Work does not stop no matter where I am or what I am doing.
That is true.
Yes.
All right. So the flight school, I actually have my private pilot's license. I'm still working on my instrument myself. So it's not just also work for commercial, as in getting paid for flying around corporate executives. You could fly around students, be an instructor.
That is true. Absolutely. And a lot of people take that path now because it allows you to build up that time. In aviation, it is not based on age or anything like that. It's based on how much flight time you have. And so a lot of people will become an instructor to help build up that flight time, which will make them a better pilot, and to where they can definitely get a better job. So
you're saying I can't go fly for Delta right now?
No, you probably never will.
Man.
And that's not to be rude, but you are.
That's don't do it.
I didn't say anything.
You're going to go there on air, are you?
No.
He's saying I'm too old to be a commercial Delta flight pilot, because you do have to have a certain amount of hours, and they look favorably upon, younger?
Well, no, I'm not saying that you're too old, but it's just by the time that you went through that entire process, because I think retirement age is 65 now. So, I mean, you've got 2 or 3 years.
At least 3.
So.
Wise guy.
Yeah. But, sorry.
So retirement age is what?
65 for the airlines.
For the airlines.
Yeah, that's kind of, but the thing is you've got people that are still flying the corporate and all that, and you can pretty much do that as long as you're healthy.
You think they're going to have to change that with the shortage of pilots if we don't come up with enough pilots? Will they change the 65 rule? Will they have waivers?
Well, I don't know.
Will the FAA say, okay.
They bumped it from 60 to 65 a few years ago.
Because of the shortage.
Yeah, and so I don't know how far they're going to push it.
You can fly till you're 99. I don't think I want a 99-year-old pilot flying me and my family from here to anywhere.
You don't think so?
I'm pretty sure no.
Okay.
That was you. That wasn't me.
That wasn't me.
That wasn't you. That's an update. It says get your pilot's license.
You just got an update that said get your pilot's license?
No, I was faking that. It was something else.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
We're talking with Brad Broersma from Ocala Aviation Flight School. If you have a question, feel free to call in. The number is 622-9622, 622-WOCA. If you have a question about getting your pilot's license, who to call, where to go. So the school itself is located, if you didn't know, at the Ocala International Airport.
Which, by the way, we do have an airport in Ocala. I have a lot of people call me and say, where are you located? I'm like, I'm at the airport. And they say, do we have an airport? We do have an airport.
And a large one at that.
Yes, it's actually...
The runway is big enough to hold Air Force One.
Yes, because Air Force One has come in here.
It is.
And it is?
It has.
Yes.
Well, Trump was just here.
Yes.
And it's Trump-Pence plane. But what plane does he have? Is it a 707, 737?
Who?
Trump's.
No, his is a... His is bigger than the one that they were using for the press. I know that.
Oh, it was a big plane.
Yeah, his is a big plane.
It was. I didn't know if it was Air Force One size or not, though.
I think it's bigger.
I'm going to look it up.
But Air Force One has been here, too, so...
So the runway itself, to give you an example, 8,000 feet, so well over a mile of runway, which is a pretty big runway. We have a tower. We have a flight school. We have a restaurant. If you haven't been down to eat at the restaurant, pop in and give it a try.
Yeah.
Brad's probably eaten there 100 times. He's like, no, I'm good. But
Yeah, well, I have been up there 12 years now, so it has.
well, it's been two different places, right? It was what is it now?
No, it's Tailwinds.
It's Tailwinds, which for a little while they renamed it something else. It went back to Tailwinds. Is that how it went?
Yes.
Okay, so it was Tailwinds. It went to Time Flies.
That was it.
And then it's back to
like
Tailwinds.
T-Y-M-E, time.
Those T-H-Y-M-E.
Yes, you're
Time?
right. That's what I said?
No.
Okay, I was just saying like the spice.
Just spice.
But we're not putting it in the fridge, all right?
We might.
Yeah. The other thing I want to mention to you guys is, when we sit here on the radio and we
757.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Trumps?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a pretty big plane. But we talk about the aviation. We are in the business. We know what we're saying. So sometimes we say things that don't necessarily make sense to people that have never been in aviation. So if you have questions about that, about what is a private, an instrument, a commercial, a multi, let us know, and we will explain whatever we need to for you. The big thing is do you want to learn to fly? Yes. Okay, come out. Do you want to start a new career? Yes. Come out. Do you want to go to school? Come out. You're a VA? Come out. As you can see, basically anybody and everybody should come out.
Well, you can also take what's called a Discovery Flight. Now, Discovery Flight is a great product. It's $99, and it lets you see if this is for you, because you may go, no, thank you. You may think you want to, and you just can't hack it. You may not want to and say, oh, you know what, maybe I'll give it a shot, and then you catch the bug, as I did, and you want to just continue your training and get your pilot's license.
And it's just a great gift. We have a lot of people that buy certificates for people just for the joy to be able to go up and take the controls of a plane and see what it feels like to fly. Even if you don't have the desire to do it ever again. A lot of people do that for birthdays, graduations, Christmas, the whole thing. It's just a great gift.
And that's a great idea, because then you just spread the word, and that's kind of the point, is get the word out to let people know that there are options. And not fun, I guess the best part of this right now is that the options can be paid for. So there's a lot of options for financial windfalls from the VA.
Oh, yes.
From Liberty University. You can qualify for Pell Grants from the government, because Liberty University is an accredited university in Virginia. So if you have a government grant or a different kind of scholarship, you can actually use those funds towards this, which is a 4-year bachelorette, not a baccalaureate, a bachelor's degree. And, well, there are different levels. There's the baccalaureate and the bachelor's, but the bachelor's is what this is for. In two subjects, right? Because you could go into aviation mechanics with it if you wanted to, too?
Yeah, but you don't get the flight training, obviously, if you do the mechanic thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the flight training is for the degree in what? What's the degree?
Bachelor of Aeronautics.
Aeronautics, okay.
Yes.
So that's a way that you can get it and help offset the cost. In some cases, offset it 100%.
Yes.
In some cases, not so much. So it all depends on the person, the student, the veteran, as to what benefits you may or may not have. Because the veterans now have yellow ribbon.
There's yellow ribbon, post 9/11, GI. There's a lot of them, and I am not the expert on that. A lot of people come in and say, well, what do I qualify for? Go to your representative. They can help you through all of that and let you know, and then we take it from there once they let you know what you do qualify for.
Okay, so the vets get with their representative and find out what they have. Then they can cross-reference that on a sheet that says, okay, you've got this, this, and this. That gives you this much options.
Yes, exactly. They bring me that sheet, then we go online on a thing called VA Once. It's a website that's based for them to be able to do the flight training.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can they access that, or just you?
Just me.
Oh, well, then why'd you give the website out?
Well, no, I mean, they can go on and get information, but for me to actually log them in is a different process, yes.
Okay, all right. We are sitting in with Brad Broersma. That was the Ocala Flight School, Ocala Aviation Services. We're going to take a little break and be back. When we come back from the break, hopefully we'll have on the line Dr. Liz Wagstrom and Katie Roth, Wisconsin dairy farmer and chief veterinarian, and we'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. President-elect Donald Trump begins his journey to Washington, D.C. for the final time as a private